Welcome! Today we're taking a look back at the most noteworthy anime of 2024, broken down by season. Let's get started! First up are the standout anime from the winter 2024 season. If you're a fan of food-themed anime like Food Wars and love everything related to Dungeons and Dragons, this anime combines both elements. I present to you Delicious in Dungeon, also known as Dungeon Meshi. This is an unconventional anime that blends comedy with catastrophic events in a time of imminent danger, where magic, dragons, and fantastical creatures are commonplace. Laios is a warrior who explores dungeons with his party. However, their latest expedition goes awry when his sister is captured by a fearsome dragon within one of the most dangerous dungeons. The rest of the group is demoralized and unwilling to continue. Though the party disbands, Laios refuses to give up. He sets out to assemble a new group of explorers to re-enter the dungeon and rescue his sister before she is devoured by the dragon. They devise a new plan to avoid defeat, and a peculiar individual joins their ranks. Someone capable of cooking incredible dishes using the remains of the dungeon's creatures. These delicious meals revitalize the group and fuel their journey, with the sole purpose of finding the red dragon and rescuing Laios' sister, Falin. Studio Trigger presents this series with their characteristic, colorful, and simplistic style, coupled with a rich narrative and a pleasing color palette that romanticizes and stylizes the series' art. It boasts a good soundtrack and a way of addressing problems through satire and comedy. It's undoubtedly a story that combines two distinct elements to create a satisfying experience. The series has a captivating dynamic with impeccable animation and art from the studio, and you can enjoy it in both its original language and with a dub. Now, let's move on to another series that has captivated me with its presentation, A Sign of Affection. This is a truly inclusive anime that shows us the world through the eyes of a deaf character and her various forms of communication. The story follows Yuki Itoshi, a young woman with a hearing impairment. She has lived her life in a world of silence, unable to perceive many things in her surroundings. However, she sees the world from a unique perspective, allowing her to connect with details that a person with all five senses might not perceive in the same way. Everything changes when she meets Itsuomi Nagi, a silver-haired boy who sits next to her on a train. He notices her interest, and Yuki is immediately drawn to Nagi, who is kind, understanding, and seems to understand her in a way that no one else has. He also develops a curious interest in her, creating a sense of empathy. The series transports us into Itoshi's first-person perspective, showing us how she experiences her environment, accompanied by simple yet warm art and animation. It presents the values, challenges, and lessons about a person with this disability, teaching us about sign language and giving us the opportunity to step into her shoes and empathize with deaf people who have qualities, virtues, and flaws just like everyone else. It shows us their daily lives and invites us to understand and appreciate the wonderful language of sign, which has variations depending on the region, with its own slang and ways of communicating through the hands. The music, the scenes, and the contemplative shots draw you into this incredible story. Don't miss this wonderful story full of love, understanding, and empathy. You can watch it on Crunchyroll in both its original language and with a dub. I'm taking the liberty of including another title that I mentioned in a previous video, but it's been an extensive and long run with 27 incredible episodes. In this latest batch, we've been able to enjoy Freiren's wonderful journey with Fern. These latest episodes focus on Fern and Freiren, as well as new characters who join the mage trials to become first-class mages and travel to the land of Ende. More is revealed about Freiren's world and the origins of magic, as well as the laws that govern magic in the current world. Within this universe, we meet interesting characters and learn about the fears and conflicts within guilds and adventurer groups. Our protagonists' magical abilities are also put to the test, and we learn more about their past. The animation, music, and fight sequences in this batch of episodes are truly epic. Studio Madhouse has given their all for this incredible animated series. with an exceptional dub. It was impossible not to mention this series, which is being hailed as one of the best adaptations currently airing. Unfortunately, it leaves us with a bittersweet feeling, ending at a crucial point. If you haven't seen Fern Story yet, I invite you to give this wonderful series a chance. Now, the last one of the winter season 2024. The Korean works continue to take the Japanese audience by storm, and this time with an anime adaptation of Solo Leveling. This story takes us to a world of dimensional portals, filled with dungeons and the emergence of people with special abilities who are born with a pre-established level that cannot be changed. Song Jinwoo is an E-rank hunter, the lowest rank possible for a dungeon explorer. However, during one expedition, everything changes when they enter a place that no one can define or understand. They are attacked and annihilated by a strange stone deity, and only Jinwoo survives. He awakens with something known as a second awakening. After accepting his new reality, he discovers that he has the ability to level up without any restrictions, as if in an RPG game. This is something forbidden and unknown in his current world. He decides to keep a low profile and begin leveling up and achieving his goals, supporting the people he meets along the way and changing the rules of the game. The anime has an incredibly detailed and explosive introduction. Although there are some complaints about the animation, Studio A1 Pictures is giving their best. Next, we'll be covering the best of the Spring 2024 season. An anime about Power Rangers from a villain's perspective sounds intriguing, offering a different view of a group of teenagers transforming into different colors to protect the Earth from alien invasions. The tokusatsu genre moves to anime format with a series where the Special Rangers are the true villains. In this adaptation, the Rangers imprison creatures to constantly battle, exhausting them and giving them no rest to remain relevant and be seen as the only saviors by the people. But infiltrating the Rangers is someone capable of looking human, fighting repeatedly, camouflaging as a human to destroy the Rangers from within, seeking freedom. The series has a unique twist, revealing the true intentions of each character. The anime has a well-defined color palette and gradually uncovers the corrupt world around the Rangers. You can watch this production on Disney Plus, depending on your region. Demon Slayer, another continuation we can enjoy, is Season 4 of Kimetsu no Yaiba. Known as Demon Slayer, Tanjiro's adventure continues in his quest to cure his sister and destroy Muzan. This season reveals the Pillar training arc, the calmest season of the anime, serving as a prologue to the series finale. Ufotable showcases moments and character development not present in the manga, adapting 14 manga chapters into 8 anime episodes, which would be around 11 to 12 episodes if we consider the first episode is 44 minutes long and the last 2 episodes will have similar durations. The anime doesn't falter in presenting well-executed fight scenes and character development, including moments exclusive to the anime adaptation, enriching the story's lore and better highlighting each character. It couldn't be ignored from this list. The Grimm Variations is a work that reinvents the Grimm brothers' tales from an approach that blends different eras and situations, building new perspectives with similar narratives and outcomes. Among the 6 most popular tales presented are Little Red Riding Hood, Hansel and Gretel, and Cinderella. Brought by Wit Studio, each tale can be set in a Western or Eastern culture or a dystopian future while keeping the essence of the story, making the metaphors to construct characters and situations that seem far from the original tale but narrate something completely different, yet exactly like the perceived tale, such as the Little Red Riding Hood episode, one of my favorites. Each episode lasts about 40 to 50 minutes, developing a complete character arc with self-contained endings. The story is told from the perspective of 2 brothers, while their younger sister listens to the stories, mixing 2 completely different art styles. If you love the dark Grimm brothers stories, this is an excellent option to enjoy 6 of their tales reinvented with Japanese ingenuity. The anime is available in the original language and with dubs on Netflix. Kaiju number 8 is undoubtedly the top anime of the spring season, with each episode continually surprising us with its incredible graphic composition, color palette, and detailed scenes. Additionally, it has simultaneous dubs in different languages. The anime's technical quality is top-notch, leaving everyone impressed and eager for more episodes. The series will conclude with one of the most anticipated plot twists, leaving us eager for the next season. So we'll have to wait for the continuation of this fantastic anime. Kafka is an ordinary human with a great desire to become a kaiju exterminator as part of the hunting squads. But at 33, he's only managed to work as a kaiju waste collector. However, everything changes when he saves a rookie from being eaten by a kaiju, and a small parasite kaiju enters his body, turning him into a hybrid capable of becoming a humanoid kaiju. This power allows him to join the kaiju defense force, but he must keep his power a secret. Throughout this first season, we see his character evolution and the events he exposes himself to, providing incredible battles, well-detailed and choreographed sequences. As a bonus, the opening is fantastic. Then, we'll dive into the summer's top anime. I'll start with the first anime that I consider one of the best, and it's one of DC's boldest collaborations with animation studio Wit Studio, the Suicide Squad Isekai anime. This anime blends DC Comics with the Isekai genre. We see Harley Quinn along with the Suicide Squad on a dimensional journey, facing new challenges and situations to solve. The top-notch animation is packed with unique details and satirical nods to many animes, like the squad's transformations in the style of Sailor Moon. What stands out the most in this adaptation are the choreographies and fight sequences, which keep getting better and more intense, becoming the series' main attraction. Harley Quinn's acrobatic movements are masterful, and she surpasses her own humanity with her madness and risky choices. Supporting characters like Katana, Peacemaker, Deadshot, and even King Shark add contrast to the plot, and we must also consider the Joker's role in this series. The voice actors deliver excellent performances, which, in my opinion, exceed expectations for the final product. If you love the world of DC Comics and its anti-heroes and villains, you must watch Suicide Squad Isekai. It's available both in the original language and dubbed on Max. Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. This brings back all the characters from the Fairy Tail Guild to take on one of their most challenging missions yet, and with a change in animation studio, JC Staff is now the new home for this anime adaptation, which will be divided into several seasons. Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest introduces a new character named Tuka, who joins the Fairy Tail Guild. Although Tuka seems to be hiding something, most of the guild members accept her. Her lack of details about her past adds mystery to her character and strengthens the anime's beginning. The new continent of Giltina introduces elements like magical snow and gelatinous creatures, but its main purpose is to provide a new setting for the 100 Years Quest. Despite all the changes, the visuals respect the designs of the previous anime adaptation. It offers fun with curious and enthusiastic characters, setting up an exciting and action-packed mission. So far, I have no complaints and only hope they can maintain the quality that A1 Pictures had with the series. The Code Geass anime captivated us in 2007 and 2008 with 2 consecutive seasons, giving us 50 incredible, explosive episodes with a high rate of unexpected twists. It won Anime of the Year for 2 years running. After all this time and the release of its films, which reinvented the story to take it in a different direction, it's back with a new story and a completely new project that apparently will have a connection to the rest of the franchise's adaptations. Code Geass. Roze of the Recapture is the title of this adaptation. What started as a trilogy of films has become a 12-episode anime adaptation covering the 3 films. Code Geass. Roze of the Recapture. Next up is the Elusive Samurai, a gem that shines brightly in today's anime landscape. This series, created by the talented Yusei Matsui, takes us to a turbulent feudal Japan where intrigue, action, and comedy intertwine masterfully. One of its strong points is the narrative, which we can appreciate from the very first episode. It tells the story of Tokiyuki, a young dethroned prince who fights to regain his legacy and unite a divided country, alongside a girl who dislikes conflict but eventually reveals her incredible abilities. The series also weaves in small stories, adding rich historical details to the plot. One of the series' highlights is its animation. Cloverworks has done an exceptional job, creating fluid and dynamic action sequences that leave us breathless. The combat scenes are choreographed to perfection, with vibrant colors that make us crave more. The color palette evokes the beauty of Japanese nature, and the detailed settings immerse us completely in this feudal world. The mix of traditional and modern elements in the visual design showcases the animator's talent, combining 2D and CGI. High-quality animation, impressive art, and an epic soundtrack make it an unforgettable visual and auditory experience. If you love historical action anime with touches of comedy, this one should be on your list. You can watch it on Crunchyroll in Japanese and with its respective dubs. Terminator is another story that stands out in this list, with the anime Terminator Zero. Set in the same universe as James Cameron's original Terminator films, the anime takes place in two time periods, starting in 1997 with a scientist named Malcolm Lee creating an artificial intelligence capable of stopping Skynet in the future. Meanwhile, in 2022, a mercenary is sent back in time to protect him. In her search, a Terminator travels to the past to assassinate him. When they don't find the scientist, they go after his children. This is where Aiko, the children's nanny, gets involved, thrown into chaos without understanding what's happening, trying to protect the kids while fleeing from a killer machine. The anime brings back the iconic elements of the Terminator franchise, with nods to its first two films. The animation is well done, and the standout moments are incredibly detailed. The anime features a soundtrack adapted from the films and consists of 8 incredible episodes, each 27 minutes long. The series is available in both the original language and dubbed on Netflix. If you're a fan of the Terminator saga, you can't miss this anime. Wistoria is another interesting anime to enjoy and one I consider one of the best of the summer season. Although at first glance, it might feel similar to other anime like Mashley, The Rising of the Shield Hero, or Black Clover, where the main character is believed to be weak and rejected by everyone in a world that seems to be against them. Wistoria gives us a bit of everything. Will is a boy born in a world of magic without a clear past. Will can't use magic, and his only goal is to become a magician to climb the tower where the top-level magicians known as Magia Vander live, so he can spend the rest of his life with his best friend. They made a promise when they were children, and she has since become the youngest Magia Vander with absolute control over ice. Will's only chance of reaching her is by graduating from the Magic Academy, but to earn credits, he must venture into dungeons and defeat creatures. He's gained skills, strength, and knowledge while wielding a strange sword that lets him rival anyone. His greatest advantage is his inhuman strength, which allows him to face even the most skilled magician, though he keeps this a secret at school. The series presents incredible battles and fight sequences. Through the students, we get to know more about this world. The soundtrack is amazing, and the supporting characters gradually win the audience's affection. With moments of tension and suspense, well-executed cinematics, and a pace that's never boring. If you love magic and action, this is the anime for you. You can find it in the original language or dubbed on Crunchyroll. And finally, we'll wrap things up with the highlights of the fall 2024 season, or On the Movements of the Earth, a distinctive anime due to its narrative. It tells the story of the search for truth and the workings of our solar system, particularly the Earth's movement around the sun. It's full of conspiracies and radical religious groups that try to prevent the advancement of astronomy, exposing a truth that reinvents how we see the world. Here we meet Raval, a young prodigy who loves astronomy but must study religious doctrine and renounce his love for the stars. However, he manages to continue his pursuit of understanding the world, discovering truths that put his life at risk. This anime is not recommended for flat earthers or people with a distorted view of reality. You can enjoy the anime on Netflix in its original language. This list couldn't be complete without the anime Mecha-Ude, a work that initially started as a Kickstarter project and managed to create a 26-minute OVA with the funds raised. However, after a few years, the story has received its own anime adaptation. Mecha-Ude is an anime characterized by its narrative simplicity. The story takes place in a world where robots and humans coexist. These robots are a type of prosthesis that attaches to the human body and functions as tools that enhance dexterity, turning each wearer into someone with unique abilities. In the story, we meet Hikaru, a young man who ends up finding one of these mechanical weapons known as a trigger arm, a sentient weapon named Alma, which fuses with his hoodie. Now, he finds himself in a lot of trouble because of this lab-created mecha being pursued by everyone who wants to take the artifact from him. The anime is characterized by quite attractive character designs and a well-defined, bright and colorful drawing style. It stands out for its fight choreography and the incredible camera movements in sequences that provide us with an appealing visual spectacle. If you're looking for action with good doses of comedy, Mecha-Ude is a good choice. You can find it in its original language with subtitles on the Crunchyroll platform. Now, we move on to a romance and sports anime that blends both genres very well. Blue Box is another of the season's established titles with its beautiful animation. Taiki is a badminton enthusiast who falls for the beautiful Chinatsu, a player on the girls' basketball team. The story explores their feelings and how Taiki, believing it's an impossible love, discovers that his feelings are reciprocated. You'll see plenty of comedy, action, sports, and situations that will make you empathize with both characters. You can also enjoy this anime on Netflix in its original language. Uzumakl. Yes, before the hate comments start rolling in, I've placed it last for one reason only. Its incredible first episode. It excited and inspired us all, even causing some revulsion with its construction, leading us to believe it would be a perfect work across its only 4 episodes, which took 4 years to produce. However, the rest is history. All the budget clearly went into the first episode, and the series suffered a tremendous drop in quality from episode 2 onwards. The series narrates the calamities that occur in a small town where the inhabitants develop a rather repulsive obsession with spirals. We see how newcomers to the area gradually begin to witness disturbing things, driving them to extremes. Its black and white artistic style, with line art similar to the manga, offered a different representation of Junji Ito's work. Unfortunately, the incredible and fantastic elements were confined to the first episode, which set the bar too high for the rest. Enjoy comedy combined with mystery, romance, a bit of action, and dramatic moments full of tension. The Yakuza Fiancé anime is the perfect choice for you. It's an anime that masterfully blends all these elements. Yoshino is the granddaughter of the Osaka Mafia boss, chosen to improve relations between the Osaka and Tokyo mafias by becoming engaged to Kirishima Miyama. Yoshino moves into the Miyama residence, and her life takes a radical turn. At first, Kirishima seems like a charming and calm guy, but he soon reveals himself to be quite twisted and a worthy heir to his Yakuza family. The series is excellent if you like a combination of romantic comedy with a good dose of criminal mafia drama. You can find the series on Crunchyroll. Dandadan. Momo and Okarun are two people with different personalities who get caught up in a mess involving aliens and spirits. Momo, who doesn't believe in aliens, ends up being abducted and awakening psychic powers. And Okarun, who doesn't believe in the existence of spirits or entities, ends up cursed and without his, well, let's just say important parts, by a spirit called Turbo Granny. Now, Okarun must find his missing parts to return to normal, and for this, he'll have Momo's help, going through a series of crazy problems. full of great action, an incredible color palette, a soundtrack that has everyone excited, and lots of comedy. The anime has a first season of 12 episodes and has 2 controversial dubs, one from Netflix and the other from Crunchyroll. It's also broadcast on Hulu in the United States in its original language only. And finally, the anime that is the carry of the entire year, establishing itself as the best, is the third part of Bleach, 1000-Year Blood War. This new batch of episodes presents new confrontations against Yuach and the Quincy. We see Uryu giving his best performance as the story's villain, with incredible sequences not seen in the series' original manga, further enriching the lore. We also get to enjoy incredible Bankai releases, and to date, Studio Pierrot has exceeded all expectations, improving and taking Bleach to the next level with its new animation studio, Pierrot Films, in charge of Bleach's final arc. You can watch the anime in its original language on Disney Plus for Europe and Latin America, and on Hulu for the United States. That concludes our look at the anime that made the biggest impact throughout 2024. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Give this video a like and let me know in the comments which anime were your favorites of the year. Thanks for watching!